We're just gonna. It's just gonna be a chat. We're gonna chat like we always chat, hanging out in chat.
Yeah.
I don't have a frisbee this time to throw at you though.
That's all right. I'm just like a dog on the street. I'll just find that car passing and just chase it.
I've seen how you throw frisbees though, and I don't want to be on the other side of one.
Hey, yeah, I gave Kat a little hickey. She had a little horn for a while.
Oh, that was classic. I love it.
Yeah, that was good, man. I can't wait to play that game again. That was good.
Bottle Bash. I played it this weekend. It was fun.
Did you win?
I tied. Yeah. You know how I feel about ties.
Yeah, you're not a big fan of ties.
A tie is a loss, man. A tie is a loss.
Did I win bottle? No, we lost. I lost Bottle Bash, didn't I?
Dude, I think we beat you. I think we pulled it out at the end.
You beat me at that and golfing, dude.
I think you were really upset.
Oh yeah, no, that one's deep with me. Yeah, I haven't been at Top Golf since. I don't like that right now,
dude. The Top Golf match was like that was probably one of the best scores I've ever gotten in my life. I'm seriously like, I am not a ringer. I swear I'm not a ringer,
man. You probably used to golf, like seriously, like heavily at one point.
No, I love it. Awesome. All right. Well, we are here on our live stream. I think there's some people flowing in from YouTube, which is awesome. Sweet. And I'm here, as you guys can tell. Tim and I are friends. We know each other. And but Tim is also a new trader and got started. Geez, how long ago, Tim? How long has it been?
Dude, it's been like truly starting, because I am new. Probably 3 months now. Like probably around 3 months.
It hasn't been long. No,
it has been long, and it's more like two going on 3. Yeah, it's right at it, but a lot to learn in the beginning. Like it's like when I got into it, I wasn't even trading yet. It was like that's from absolute zero. When I say 3 months, that's zero. Like knowing what a trade is. Didn't even know what I was looking at when it comes to like looking at the charts. I was like, it's just crazy.
Yeah. I hardly ever, anytime someone asks, they're like, hey man, would you teach me how to trade? And I'm like, no. Because it's so hard. It is. Yes. People don't realize how freaking hard it is to be a trader and to trade. And they don't realize what they're getting themselves into. And so, when you and I talked about it, I think for me, it was, is this something that Tim would commit to? Right. Like I'd be happy to work with you if you would commit to it, so like, so I know like what was going through your head when we first started talking about it.
When we first started talking about it, so me, like I've told you a little bit of my backstory when we first met, and I've always been entrepreneurship. I've always been on that level. And I've always done, for the last 7 years of my life, I haven't really worked for anybody else. So doing that, I was like, I've seen traders and I've seen, like people like Patrick Whelan. We'll probably sure we'll talk about that later, but like I've seen stuff like that, and I'm like, these guys are killing it. And I've got friends that have been in trading, and they're like, they've been into it for a year, and they're like, Tim, I haven't made $1. And I was like, well, that sounds really bad. That sounds really bad. So when you came around and you were like, I'm a trader, and I was like, how long have you been trading, dude? For like 6 months? Like how long? And you're like, you told me it's been years. I was like, what? This is what you do. And you're like, yeah. I was like, I remember talking to my girlfriend, Kat, and I was like, dude, this guy.
And she's like, no.
Yeah. She's like, no, this Tim's like, be careful with trading.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, but I know that if you crack it, because it wouldn't be around if it was completely like, garbage. It wouldn't be around. There's too many people that are into it. So I was like, it has to be good on some level.
Yeah.
And for you, like I met your spirit. Like I believe in like feeling people's energy. And I was like, dude, this guy's not full of crap. Like this guy's a good guy. And so I was listening to you, and then I was like, okay, so he's found something that works for him. And then when you got me into it and you started showing me, I was like, dude, this is a mental thing. And I'm sure we'll get to that later, but
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be commitment. I knew it was going to be like heavy commitment.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to commit. That's one
Yeah.
of the biggest things. You have to be all in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Hang on. Let me check. Can everybody hear us? Oh, yeah. Okay. Rob. Yeah. No, I don't want you to hate me. I love it. Okay. I'll try to stay on top of the comments, but like later on we'll do like some Q&A, and then you guys on YouTube have to make it easy for me to see questions as they come up. Okay. So but later, because I'm not gonna be able to go back and forth all the time. Yeah. So like one of the things that I was excited about, so as a coach, right? So I coach a lot of traders. And one of the things I was excited about working with you was like, it was kind of like, oh yeah, Tim has no baggage.
Yeah.
He's got no bad habits. I can start from fresh. I can mold him the way that I want to mold him.
I don't have a family, so I can't lose the family.
That's right.
Yeah.
But what was the one rule that I told you? I said, there's one rule. Do you remember?
Yeah, I can't trade my own money. That was the first thing you told me.
Yeah, I said no trading your own money. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 100%.
I'm glad you did that, because if I would have lost a lot.
Why is that? What happened? Tell us what happened.
Because, dude, like when I first got in, I was using a simulator, and I was just lucky for like 4 days, 4 or 5 days. I was murdering it. Like, I couldn't lose. Like, it got cocky. I was like, let me just buy. I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, let me buy it right now. And it would just shoot up. And I was like, dude, I would have actually made. Then I was doing like heavy contracts. I was doing like 6, 7 contracts just to like play with it. And I was like calling my girlfriend over. I was like, babe, I would have made $3,000 right there. Our lives are about to change, right? So then
we're gonna be millionaires in no time.
I was like, whoever is not becoming rich off of this, they're idiots. They have no idea what they're doing. That's the first thing I thought. I was like, it's not built for them. They're not built for this.
Yeah.
So then I kept I like took 2 days off. I can't remember what happened. I took 2 days off. I think I went to go see a friend, and I came back to trade, and I was like, let me buy in right now, and it shot down. And so I was up like a quick $5,000. When you came to the house, and I was up like $5,000 in the simulator, and I traded 2 days later, and I lost like $1,000. And I was like, I'm competitive, dude. Like, I played sports when I was young, so I was like, oh, absolutely not buying in right now.
Yeah.
Lost another like 600, and I was like, I need to walk away. So I walked away. Came back the next day. I was like, that was a freak day. Like, I don't know what happened there. The market doesn't know what's going on. Tried to get in again. Lost like another 1,000. I was like, okay. So then I'm like sitting there actually trying to focus and look at the market and everything. And I was like, the market's going up for like, it's riding smoothly for 2 hours. I'm like, if I buy in, it's going to go slow, but it's going to get there.
Yeah.
As soon as I buy in, it's like it knows I bought in at that time, and it would shoot the other way.
The market knows I bought in, so it goes the other way. The market knows what I want to do.
Yeah,
it's alive.
Yeah. So that's what I kind of dealt with for a while, and then it kept happening. It kept happening. Then it got to the point where it was like a 50-50 thing. Like, I would win some, lose some.
Yeah.
And then it got to me so much mentally where I was like, if I want to buy in, then I don't. Yeah. If I don't want to buy in, I should. Like, that's how wrong I thought I was.
Yeah. You're like, maybe I should do the opposite of what I think I should do.
Yeah. Trying to do exactly. Trying to do everything. Nothing worked. And then, and then you finally were like, dude, there's so much mental with it. And I realized my mental was really messed up. It really messed me up mentally. And that is the worst thing for a trader I've learned, mentally. Yeah.
Well, I remember it's kind of funny because like, you're all like, dude, I just made like $5,000 in this and this. And you were just on a high. And I was just like,
I remember that. I was like,
right. And then all of a sudden I remember I got a text. You're like, hey man, how do I reset this Apex account?
That's exactly what happened. Yeah.
And then I knew, I'm like, now it's time. Now it's time. No, actually, like I wanted to give you that time. Like, I didn't say anything when you were ahead, right? Like I was
Yeah.
just
No,
like,
you didn't say anything. Yeah, yeah,
nothing at all. Like it was
yeah.
just like, I'm going to let him go. He has to experience the pain, right? Like I
Oh
didn't
yeah.
do any coaching when you were in that really good happy place because you needed to experience the pain of what happens when you lose, when you start to have fear, when you fail to follow your process, right? All that
Yep.
stuff, right? It's like, like the sad truth of it is as traders, we have to go through this kind of pain and discomfort. It makes us who we are and it makes us successful. You just simply can't avoid it. In fact, the worst thing that can happen for guys is they start off winning and winning and winning because then they get overconfident and they
Mhm.
end up blowing not just their account,
Yeah.
but then their grandma's account and their mom's account and everybody else's
That was
account that
terrible.
believed in them and thought it
Yeah.
was awesome. And then all of a sudden, it's all gone. So
Mhm.
I think the pain is helpful, right?
Very. You
Yeah,
need that. Like if I had to redo it again, I would not change a thing. The way you did, you handled it.
yeah,
Yeah, that was perfect.
yeah. What were the hard things getting started for you? Like what was challenging?
Challenging was realizing that I don't know, man. There were so many things that were really
Mm,
challenging. I think one of the most challenging things was getting an edge.
mm,
Like understanding you have to really once you go through that high of thinking that you actually know what you're doing and then you realize you don't and then you actually try to
yeah,
figure out something, you're like, dude, there's so much. Like you have to really know what's going on. Like you have to know about like news days and stuff. Like there's so many things you have to actually know, and building an edge can be very hard, but you have to do it because without it, you're not gonna have any kind of consistency. And consistency is what can create a career out of this. If you don't have
yeah,
consistency, you don't have a career. You're just getting
yeah.
lucky. It's like Vegas.
Yeah, and I remember you spent a lot of time also like struggling with just the technology of trading too,
Oh
right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
just
That
trying to
was
figure
yeah.
out, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that was like the worst. Yeah, now that you say that, that was a that was a really bad one, dude. Like all yeah, yeah. I was like, yeah, that was actually the worst. Now I think about it, yeah, the technology was. I had to. That's a whole new world for me.
I know, and it's like you got to learn it on. It's almost like you have to learn on your own. There's not a lot of great stuff out there. You have to
Hmm.
figure out what platform to get on. There, you have to figure out, like, oh, how do I place orders on this platform? What are the different kinds of orders? I mean, you were starting fresh, like you didn't know any of this
No, I
stuff.
didn't know anything. Yeah, I didn't know I didn't know anything. I didn't know the charts. I didn't know how to set up a chart. Like I didn't know how to draw a line, dude. I didn't know
Yeah,
anything. And I remember like hitting you up,
I'd
like
explain the
like
difference between a limit order and a stop order for you, and like
yeah,
like how do you put a bracket order in and all that kind of stuff.
yeah,
Just all the basics. It's amazing. Like as someone who's been around for so long, like I take all of this base of knowledge for granted.
yeah.
It's like, yeah, like all this is
Oh, dude.
easy, no brainer stuff, and then you come along and I realize I'm like, holy crap, like this is hard for a lot of people. Like this is a
Yeah.
lot of new stuff. And you have all the psychology and the drama and the money stuff and everything else going along with it. It's just this is daunting. It's daunting for sure.
The part that like really sucked was when I was on that high and there was like a high for like I would say 2, 3 weeks because I was still, looking at that 5 grand in that sim account. I was like, man, this is
Mhm.
great. And then realizing that this could be not for me. Like, like that was an awakening moment. Like there
Yeah.
was I can't remember when I hit that. I probably hit that probably like a month and a half ago to be straight up honest with you. It's probably I went through we had the eval accounts and I
Hmm.
went through quite a few. And I
Yeah.
was like, you know what? I was taking a walk at night. It was like 9 o'clock at night after failing an eval account. And I
Yeah.
was like, you know what? Maybe I should stick to doing other things.
Yeah. You talked to Kat
Yeah.
about this too. You're like, oh, I
Yeah.
don't know if this is gonna work, babe.
I don't know, babe. I think we got very lucky that I think, they call it what they call it beginner's luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, I hate beginner's luck. That's what that was. And then you were like, no, dude, you just keep focusing, and then yeah,
Yeah.
we'll get to the rest of that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad you brought up the edge stuff because, it's interesting, like mindset's such a problem for traders, but edge is one of those things that it's the hidden problem. It's the problem that, man, I swear more traders think they have an edge and they don't. And it's a little bit
No,
scary.
dude.
It's like, and there's people that I'll coach and I'll be like, I'm sorry, but like, I don't think you have an edge here. And
Hmm.
we'll have a debate. we'll be
Yeah,
debating, back and
yeah,
forth. Like, no, I really do have an edge. And, I've got this and this. And I'm like, I actually, I don't see it. I don't see it in your metrics. I don't see it in your
yeah.
numbers. I don't see it in your rules. Your rules are really ambiguous, and so I think that even for me, like I went a couple years. I was trading one particular system and approach, and I did okay. I was okay with it. But when I really sat down and I looked at it, I'm like, I don't think I have an edge here. I really don't think or at least I don't think I have a sustainable edge,
Yeah.
right? I don't think it's something that is going to allow me to scale where I really want to be when my trading. And so starting off right and initially, again going back to like the blank slate with you, this is why it was so fun, because it's like yeah, I can help him create an edge from scratch where I don't have someone coming in after 6 months or 9 months of trading who doesn't have an edge and who's going to stick with it because they've already committed that 9 months to it, think
Hmm.
they have an edge, and they're not going to progress as fast, you know?
That's what I thought. I thought I had an edge when the market opens and it goes like pretty whack in the beginning. I
Yeah.
would just wait. There's one thing I remember you telling me when you were at the house. You're like, gaps love to be filled. And I never
Yeah.
forgot that. And I was like, okay, I just look for a gap and I try to get filled. And I got lucky many, many times, like
Yeah.
early in the morning. I was like, okay, that is something that can work, but there's so many better ways. But I was doing that for a while, and I've actually had pretty good success. I actually almost passed my eval doing that, and then 3 days in a row, it did completely opposite of
Yeah.
what filling the gap was, and
Yeah.
I lost that account. And I was like, "You got to be kidding me!" Okay, so this doesn't work. 3 days in a row, I was wrong, and then it was just super inconsistent. I still watch it every morning to see if that process would work, and it's not consistent enough. I was
That's a
like, so
that's a Patrick Whelan quote. I got to give that to Patrick. And here's the funny thing about edge and about directionality of the market is you could be right on direction and wrong on timing, right? And I think like that's one of the nuances that new traders don't quite understand is like gaps love to get filled. It doesn't mean it's going to get filled today,
yeah,
right? It might get filled tomorrow or later this week, right?
yeah,
And so this idea of timing is becomes really important as part of your edge too. It's something that you have to look at, right? It's not just do I have the right direction, do I have the right structure, but is this the right time for me to enter
yeah.
this particular trade? And that, I think that's one of the hardest things to incorporate into your trading, in your trading edge, this time.
Yeah, hands down. That's definitely timing is crucial when it comes to trading.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. You've learned a lot. Do you
dude.
see that? Do you see how much you've learned?
I'm like so thankful because without your assistance and your help, there's no way I would be as confident as I would. Like, I feel bad for anybody that doesn't. Like, I know there's people that have gone completely raw the whole way.
Yeah.
I really give it to them because you got it, because I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
There's no way. Like, even you as well. You've been in this for a long time. There's no way I could just do it that long. There's no way. The fact that you were able to come in and just like help like that was absolutely incredible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we heard the bad news, right? We heard all the,
Yeah.
oh, shit, this was so tough.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So what was the good news? What was the good news? What was this last week?
Ah, dude, last week you
Was
were
it last,
able
was it last
to.
week?
Yeah, I think it was last week. Last week, yeah, the week before last week,
Week before?
I think.
Okay. I
Yeah,
was on
maybe.
vacation. I went on vacation. I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, no, you're living
Time,
life,
time
dude.
when you go
You're
on vacation, like
the
whatever.
trading master, dude. You're yeah. You don't need to be here.
I was in
So
the
you were
mountains.
like, yeah, exactly. So you were like, you basically came to me and you're like, all right, I'm going to teach you some stuff here. And what you started teaching me, I was like, okay, like there's no way I could come up with what you're teaching me. There's no way. There's no way I was going to come up with that naturally. There's impossible. So I was like, first of all, I was extremely thankful. Because I was like, okay, this is what an edge is.
Yeah.
That's when I really realized I didn't have an edge at all. So I was like, so I'm seeing what you're teaching me. I'm like, okay. And then I'm seeing where it's like consistent on a level.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even mean on a level. Like it's almost, it's scary how consistent this is right now.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, dude, this is like this morning, like I passed my eval. First of all, I passed my eval. And I passed it relatively, like not even relatively, it was easy. Like I passed eval. I'm waiting on my contract to come in now because you're supposed to pass it in like, I think you have what, 8 days, 7 days or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
And I traded it a little bit heavy on it, but I passed it in 3 days. Like it took nothing. You're like, you're like.
Let's just clarify for everyone. Okay, Tim's been trading start to finish 3 months and just passed his first eval. So first of all, huge kudos,
9
right?
Accounts.
Huh?
9 eval accounts.
9? You did 9? I thought you did 1.
No, dude.
You passed 9?
No, I didn't pass 9. No. I passed 1. I went through 9 failures.
You went through 9 failures. Okay, all right. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But passing 1 is awesome.
I didn't pass 9. I'm not trying to be a pass
I mean,
guy,
seriously, like I tell people, if you can pass a combine account, you are in that small percentage. We talk a lot about like how many, what percentage of traders actually win, and it's really small. The best numbers we have come from a study from 2003 that was done in, I think, Singapore or maybe Taiwan. And because they had a cluster of traders there that they could kind of measure, and they had the data, and it was like 98.4% or 6% of all traders lost. And I'm sure those numbers are different. They might be better, but they're not going to be much better, right? Yeah. So like if you can pass a combine, like you're in amongst the top 5% of all traders, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's a hard thing to do because the combines are designed to force you to be consistent, right? You can't just get lucky with winners, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So I just want to point that out for everyone, like start to finish, like you've been able to do it. And it was a combination of, yes, you've got coaching. So you have an edge or you have a benefit that a lot of traders don't have, right? You've got a coach working with you, right? But you've also done the work, right?
Yeah.
And that's really important because I'll work with traders that aren't willing to do the work, and I know they're not going to go anywhere, right? Because I can't make somebody a successful trader. I can only give them the path, and then they have to follow it. And you did the work, right?
Yeah, that's one thing. That's definitely true. Like you could give them exactly what you taught me, and some people are still not going to go through with it. Like that's possible. That's definitely possible. But the fact that you were able to teach me, and like I said, the reason why I passed the eval is because what you've taught me. Once you understand, like just trusting the process and having and trusting, like not just trusting yourself, but having confidence in your process. That's the thing. A lot of people say they have like an edge, and they don't have confidence in their edge. Maybe possibly. So like there was times in that eval, my second trade in the through the eval, it was looking really bad at one point. I was like, dude, I'm about to hit that trailing like drawdown. Like this is not good. And exactly where it should have stopped, it stopped right there. And it started going bullish. And I was like, son of a gun, dude. I took a walk after that. I was like, that's crazy. So you have to trust it. So that's the thing. But yeah, without your help, there's no way. Dude, there's no way. No, I probably would have went back and done like what I was doing before this. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to have a mentor.
Well, I'm obviously an advocate for that.
Yeah.
Shamefully, I'm an advocate for that, having a mentor, having a coach, and getting it done. it's interesting because, you know, the message that I carry into the market whenever I can is trading is easy. There's only three things you need, right? Edge, process, mindset. But getting those three things is incredibly difficult. It's incredibly challenging to build the skills, especially when you're bringing baggage. You're bringing, you know, this historical, you know, mindset that you have. You're bringing an edge that may or may not really be effective. You know, there's all kinds of, it's just so many pitfalls, right? So many
Yeah.
pitfalls. Yeah.
I think it's that. And I think the biggest thing is on the mindset topic, like if you're not used to, you know, like it's money and, you know, you've gotten me into like these accounts where, you know, like a funded account, like that's the absolute best way to do it. You will lose everything if you don't go that way. God forbid. But if you don't, I'm trying to figure out the words to say it because what you've taught me is basically all the mental. This like everything is mental behind it, but it's not just mental. It's like you have to everything you told me when we first met and we were talking about the mental part that like any problem you have in yourself, it will show up in trading. And you're like, dude, you are 100% on that.
Yeah.
100% on that. Like everything, like me, a lot of times, if something's kicking my butt, I'll go even harder on it to like try to defeat it. That is not what you do in trading. Like if you're having a bad day, you need to walk away, dude.
Yeah.
You need to know when you're going to walk away. And look, if your rule is 2 losses, that's fine. You know, and 3 wins, whatever it is, that's fine. But you have to follow that stuff. So, and without that, I don't care what kind of edge you have. I don't care what kind of like process or anything. If your mindset is not there for that, dude, you're still not going to do well in this.
Yeah. No, I love that thought because, you know, I've just learned over the years, the market is a superb teacher, right? The market has taught me how to be a better husband, a better father, a better man, because, you know, the weaknesses and challenges that I have that I kind of bring into the market's going to shine a light on those things. And you know, the work that I can do to kind of improve my trading is work that I do to improve myself. It's all connected. You know, there's no disconnect there. And I think that's one reason why I love, you know, trading so much, you know, and I love doing this and I love helping other traders is because I know like this isn't a trading journey. This is a life journey. I know that if you can apply the mindset tools that, you know, that I coach on with your trading, it's going to help you in other parts of your life. I know traders that are applying it in other parts of their life, you know, really tough life challenges that they're having, and they're able to kind of use these things and improve. So yeah, it's
That
great.
was I knew that you had a major effect on me when we were at Top Golf. You kicked my butt, and like, dude, I'm a Top Golf king, dude. Like, I'll send that ball to the back every single time, put it right at the back. And you came around, told me that you don't really play. For anybody that's watching this right now, I'm telling you, this guy said he didn't play, and I can play. I can hit a ball, guys. This guy shows up, hits a couple that are just like not looking too good. So I got my feet crossed. I'm sitting back. I'm like, dude, I'm about to break in this whole level here. And and then they just started getting better, and I'm seeing you dial it in, dude. I'm like, oh, okay. Okay, someone told a little tale. He's not telling the truth. He's dialing it in. And that ball gets better and better. And I watched, like, that's exactly the stuff you preach in the course. Because, like, I looked over the course and everything. Like, the stuff you preach about mindset is literally what I saw you do at Top Golf. And it even affected me because when the time ran out, it's either put another $64 in that machine and go another round to try to beat Taylor, or I go another round and this guy is just an animal from another universe that just keeps getting better, and then I lose another $64. So Tim, you know, a month before that, I would have been like, $64. We're going again. And then at that moment, I was like, no, we're good. We're good.
I think I blew you away in the second game after like we forgot to switch from me to you. And I think I think I gave you some of my points.
Yeah, exactly. I know, dude. So like the fact that I walked away at that moment That's something I would have never done. I've never done that besides with you. And I was like, you know what? And it didn't bother me. I was like, dude, it's whatever. It's fine.
There was another
Yeah.
lesson that we talked about, a trading lesson that we talked about at Topgolf. Do you remember that? What was I hitting
I don't.
the
I was
whole
probably
night?
so.
What was I hitting the whole night?
Like
The
what kind of
club,
iron or what are
club,
you talking
yeah,
about?
the iron.
Like, okay, so were you hitting were you hitting a 6 or a 5?
It was
I
like
don't think they have
I
5s.
don't remember whether we
You're
had
hitting a
odd or
6.
even numbers, but I think it was a 6.
You were hitting a 6,
Oh,
and
just
you
the whole
you
night.
were sticking with it. Yeah, you were sticking with it, and that's one thing. Like yeah, you're right. You did talk about
And
that.
where was I hitting?
You're hitting pretty dang straight. You're slicing it a little bit.
A little bit, but I wasn't. I was just hitting like the middle spots,
Oh yeah,
right?
you weren't trying to send it to like the
Mm-mm.
like you were like, I think it was orange you're trying to put in at the time. I think it was like the orange one, which is
I'm just like,
pretty
I'm
much
gonna
like
hit
it's
it.
like three. Yeah,
Yep,
it's like 3/4 the way
the
there, and
middle.
you were just like putting it there, and it was so consistent over time. It was like, okay, I know where he's gonna hit. And then
Yeah.
with me, it was like I
You
realized that was like my
Happy
mindset.
Gilmore walks
Yeah,
up.
and that's the
I'm
thing,
gonna.
right?
You're like, dude. I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it through the fence. Watch this.
Put on my NASA cap, dude. We're running a space organization, and but I realized how my mindset was. They say like the rabbit and the tortoise. The
Yeah.
tortoise is consistent. And
Yeah.
when I saw you consistently put in the orange and you're getting whatever the points are, I was like, that's fine. But when I hit that net, it's over. You
Yeah.
know. And
That
that
one
did
time.
not come. And the time it came, the machine didn't read
It was.
it.
It
Yeah.
finally did.
So I was like, I just
Yeah.
got beat by a dude that just believes in consistency.
Yeah.
And I got smoked actually. It was bad.
Yeah.
And then and that was powerful, very
I
powerful.
wasn't hitting too short. I
No.
wasn't scalping.
Yep.
And I wasn't just hanging for the long stuff that comes every now and then. I was hitting these nice medium shots,
You knew
consistent,
where you wanted to be.
same club,
Yeah.
not trying one thing or another thing. I just
Yeah.
knew what worked for me and off I go. Yeah.
Yeah. And I saw you like you did try another club, but when you were like you're very quick to realize, okay, like I could see the math in your head. You're like, okay, but this is going to take, I can lose this game trying this, or
Yeah.
whatever. So I saw you go back to the 6, back to consistency.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's
Yeah.
crazy, man. And and you tore me up out there, man. That was great.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
good life lessons. Let's see if there are any questions over here.
All right.
All right. Anybody have questions for me or Tim? Playing tennis, trading. All right. If you guys have questions, put it in here. Put like a Q or like a dash Q or something so that we can see that it's a question. Otherwise, I got all kinds of like awesome comments here. So
Sweet.
yeah. Okay. So you've been in this for 4 months, 5 months.
Yeah. Total. It was what? It was July. I met you 4th of July.
Yeah.
4th of July.
Yeah.
Well, the day Eve. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. On the third. Yeah.
All right. So Christian says, with all the pain, Tim, what keeps you going and keeps you rocking it?
What keeps me going?
Thinking of
all the pain.
Yeah.
Knowing. So, like I said, I've been an entrepreneur for pretty much all of my. I'm 28 years old. Just turned 28 yesterday, guys. Thankful to be here.
Happy birthday.
And thanks, man. And since 22, I've always been an entrepreneur. Always started businesses and stuff. And and we will grow those businesses, live off of that. And then sometimes that business will go slow. Like right now, I own a company called Capture Rental, and we rent out GoPros at off-road resorts. No one thought about doing that. So I started it, but now sales are slowing down like drastically. And that's how every business I've ever had goes. Like we'll blow up and it's just like it'll blow up, make some money, live off of that for a minute, then it slows down, whatever. And I got used to that. So then when I saw trading, I was like, okay, this is something that you could get in for a year and a half, 2 years. That's my first mindset, especially when I started making $5,000 a couple, in the beginning. I was like, okay, we're going to hit this hard. Told my girlfriend, I was like, we're going to hit this hard, put investments everywhere else, yada, yada. And then when I realized that there was a thing such as consistency and making this a true career, I was like, I'm an adrenaline junkie, guys. I don't know if you guys know, Taylor is he's like Aquaman. This guy goes spearfishing and everything. like, but like
That's
I
not
love
adrenaline, man. That's like calming for me. Spearfishing is calming for me. It's like, you know
I
what I
don't know,
mean?
man. Being
I
underwater.
but it is that adventure-y kind of thing. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
I don't know. I guess my family would say, yeah, I kind of crave the adventure, but I'm not
yeah,
a crazy adrenaline dude, you know?
yeah, yeah. You're not evil
A little
Knievel.
bit, a little bit.
But anyways, realizing that this was something that you can do pretty much anywhere in the world, and it's literally adrenaline.
Yeah,
Like you could run a drop shipping business. I've done drop shipping for actually for a good bit, and that's fun. It's fun seeing a product go out there. But man, when you are watching that market, you put in you're buying or selling, or you put in your brackets, whatever. That is such an adrenaline rush, and I love it because you actually feel good. And then it's a game that you're consistently trying to get better at, and you can consistently get better. It's a real thing, you know. So that was something that there's not too many things that can give you that adrenaline rush, just the way trading does, and I love that. And then you got good people in it. I mean, there's so much to it, but the fact that you can do it anywhere, I think that's something. And not just that, the money can be. You're not only going to make 70 grand in a year. Like you can take this to the next level. I mean, you can
yeah.
take it to whatever you want to. Yeah, I mean, you can take it to wherever you want to go.
So is
It's
that what you were
crazy.
thinking, like in these moments where you were kind of like
Oh yeah,
losing and you're like, okay, look, like there's still,
yeah,
I'm loving this. This fits my personality,
yeah,
and there's really good potential here. And, I think like one of the questions is the nuance of Christian's question is, when you're really struggling, like what's your why for continuing, like for keep going,
keep going
and the
because
why has to be, I think for
yeah,
traders, like we have to get past the why of money,
mm,
right? The why has to be, you know, beyond, oh, I can make a ton of money, because in the end,
yeah,
you can make a
yeah.
ton of money doing all kinds of stuff that's way easier
Anything,
than this, way easier than
anything in life. Yeah,
right.
yeah. If you're good at something, you're gonna get paid well.
Yeah.
My why was strictly because if you take money out of it, I love controlling my schedule. I love being able to be mobile. Like I went to school for finance, and I was originally going to go to school for engineering, for mechanical engineering. And I never forget when I started going to school, I actually met this guy on an internship, and I went to go for aerospace, and he was like, "Dude, you're going to be working here for 40 years before you're actually on top." And I was like, "Wait, so I
Like,
don't get to just come
whoa.
in? Yeah, I don't get to just come in and just design what I want to design? No, no, no. We'll tell you what you need to do, and then you'll do that." And I was like, "What, for how long? Just for the internship, right?" He's like, "No,
No,
you got
you're
30
gonna be here
years."
forever.
Yeah.
It's like that movie Office Space.
Yeah, you're gonna be here
He's like,
forever.
and
And I was
here's your
like,
stapler.
yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. Come here, and I remember they were like, "Come in early, leave. You're the last one to leave." And then when you're doing stuff, when you're the new guy, you get everything put on you.
Yeah.
Everything's put on. All the work that no one wants to do gets put on you. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. And it was cool. Ended up getting in sales. I sold for Mercedes and Chevy, and that was great. And I did finance for them,
Yeah.
for Mercedes, and it was awesome. But the environment was toxic, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, like the more money salesmen make, the worse it gets, dude.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was a toxic environment, and that was. Um, should I tell them the story about like the quick story about that girl that we had to drive 2 hours? She got the kids out of school. Should I just
Save,
give them that
save it for
quick?
the next one. Save it for the next. We're
Okay,
gonna have
yeah,
you on
because
again.
that's
Yeah.
the one that broke the camel's back on. I quit my job right then and
Yeah.
there, and followed entrepreneurship. But anyway, that's what it is, dude. Is being able to call your own shots. Like I had a
Yeah.
horrible experience with a manager. I'll tell you guys that next time. Even you guys are gonna, like, your jaw's gonna drop when you hear the story. But not having to worry about that, knowing that once it cracks, it's hard. It's super hard. Like even I still have those days, but I know once we get this ship sailing and it's
Yeah.
going, dude, I get
Yeah.
to be like Taylor Stockwell.
Don't be like me. You can
I get to
aspire
be in
for
the
greater
woods
people than me.
wrestling bears and stuff. Yeah.
This is a common theme, right? Freedom,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's not just financial freedom; it's time freedom. We're trading attracts people who are looking for time freedom. Maybe
And,
more so than money freedom. But they kind of go hand in hand.
and at the end of the day, like on the money side of it, you know that like an engineer, like an aerospace, for the next 25, 30 years, you're going to cap out at, you're going to cap out at, unless you're a super genius and you create something, you're going to cap out at 160. Like
Yeah,
that's your cap.
yeah,
You take that and you try to, me, like guys, like I love planes and stuff, guys. I've got a pilot's license and stuff. You can fly a plane. You're never going to get into a really good like flight innovation program with that. Not that I can think of. You're not going to really get into a good one where you're flying some cool stuff, where you're flying um, stuff that like icons and stuff. You're not going to fly stuff like that. It's not going to happen. And especially like then you have the family. You could do that as a bachelor, right? With that income. But when you bring that family into it, and you got the kids and you got the
mhm,
wife and you got the college tuition and you got to get your daughter a car that's reliable. Dude, 160 doesn't look that crazy anymore,
yeah,
Like it can, if you budget, but that's the thing, you got to budget, right? So
yeah.
if you get really good at trading, I'm young, like I said, guys, I don't have a family, I've got a girlfriend, but if you figure this out and you crack it, it's unlimited on how much money you can make. You don't feel like you're gonna stop at
Yeah.
70,000 or whatever. You don't feel like you're in a cage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you're fairly new. You went through combines. You passed your first combine.
Yep.
Seth wants to know what's hard for you right now.
Right now,
Yeah.
the the toughest part was building an edge. That was hands down. Well, first it was mindset, and then
And we're
building
not
an
even
edge.
there yet. You've got I gave you
Yeah,
like 3
yeah,
rules to check,
you gave
right?
me like a slight piece of it, dude. You gave me a crumb.
Guys, I've been really mean to him. I gave
Yeah,
him like 3 out of like 10 rules to check,
yeah,
and so like I'm just playing with him a little bit. No, I'm
yeah,
just I'm
yeah,
just kidding. I'm just
yeah.
stringing him along little by
Yeah,
little.
yeah. I've texted you so many times. I'm like, bro, what's the next move, man?
Next
Like,
level, next
yeah, yeah.
level.
I'm
Did
like,
you do
I'm
the
dying
work?
over here,
Did you do the
Taylor.
work,
Yeah,
Tim? Did you do the
yeah,
work?
exactly. Yeah, that's what you always tell me. Yeah, absolutely.
If I could
So,
do this with every trader I work with, I totally would. Seriously. It's like
yeah,
it's like, hey, go do these things. And when you do those things, come back to me, and then we'll
yeah,
go do the next things. Like I would
yeah,
seriously, I'd do this all day
yeah.
long. Right.
So,
Because if you
yeah,
don't do the things,
you're not gonna have anything, dude. You're not gonna have anything.
yeah.
So, Seth, back to you. The the hardest thing was mindset, and then I got mentally defeated when I realized I didn't actually have an edge.
Yeah.
That just destroyed me. Like I thought I had an edge when I was like trading in the morning market because I got lucky like quite a bit, and then I lost everything that I gained literally by trading that same setup. I was like, I can't live. I know this can't give me an income, like a consistent income. So I was like, I don't have an edge, and I
Yeah.
was just like, how do I find the edge? And then you start looking at other YouTubers stuff. Like for like 2 days, I was checking out other YouTubers. I was like, no, that's not it. Okay, let me go
Yeah.
back to Taylor Stockwell. And yeah, that mentally like messed me up like bad. Like I'm over it now, but like I was literally like, this isn't for me.
So
You
would
know?
you say like right now the hardest part for
Yeah.
you is there's more edge stuff that you have to learn and you're not quite there yet, and yet you have this combine account that you probably want to start trading.
Yeah.
You're kind of in limbo, right? Because like you've passed a really good milestone, but I still need to get out here,
There's so much more to go,
right?
dude.
Yeah.
Like I remember I've seen the stuff that like I know that you showed me. I mean, you showed me a crumb, and that has given me so much hope already. Because it changed everything. I mean, it made from me going through 9 eval accounts to literally like seeing confidence, and it was like 4 trades, and it was done, and I was completely confident. Like I wasn't even like worried about it,
Yeah.
because if you have the back test and you can see it, and
Yeah.
you start seeing the repetition. I'm like, oh, dude, this is it. So I was mentally, I was, even when I was doing well, Seth, I felt like I was just getting lucky the whole time until a week and a half ago. And then I feel completely confident now. I'm like, when I put it in, I was like, look, if it doesn't work, it just nothing's 100% in this industry. Nothing's 100%. At least from what I know, you might be there. I'm not there yet. But I was like, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. That's fine. But I know this is has a percentage that's better
Yeah.
than 50-50.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had one trade that wasn't good, and that was nothing. That was it. I was like, oh, it was nothing. And then
Yeah.
the rest, yeah, consistent the whole time.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Love it.
mental, but you brought that back to me. Like Taylor, you legitly man, like you gave me hope in this thing again. Because I'm telling you, I was ready to almost like shoot you an
You
email.
were ready to, yeah, you were ready to be done.
Yeah, I was
You were
like,
ready to be done. Yeah.
yeah, there's other things I was like,
But I told
time
you
is
that was all
limited.
part of the plan. I was trying to get you there. I was trying to
Yeah,
get you there. I was trying to get you into that really deep,
yeah,
down. This sucks. I suck.
yeah.
You got to
And
have that.
and the great thing is that I know that there's so much more,
Yeah.
and I can't wait, dude. This is gonna be a journey. This
Yeah.
is gonna be a journey,
That's
dude. I'm
awesome.
excited.
I love that excitement.
Yeah.
Do you have any trading goals for 2024? Or are you not even that far into it? You haven't even thought about it yet?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So I've been trading on the simulator. I passed my eval last week, and I've been trading on the simulator since, and it's been still like I'm almost concerned because I've been winning at 100%. The rate has been 100% right now,
Yeah.
so I'm like, this can't be. Like this can't be. So
Yeah.
it's like, okay, but we definitely have something here. So I'm like, okay, learn, go into 2024, not really with the mindset of money. I mean, obviously, like we all want to make money, but not really with mindset of money, but more of gaining more confidence, because there's nothing
Mm.
better than having confidence when you buy in or you sell or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Like that changes the game. Before, sure, I made, you can trade six contracts, excuse me, and make 2 grand. You're
Yeah.
like, I got lucky.
Yeah.
And that's the worst feeling ever, because you're like, I might not do that another 4 trades. But like what right now, it's so consistent. I'm just like, all right, this is a career. This is great.
I have a one of my consistency accelerator students I know is watching, and he knows who he is. Who's like, yeah, I completely violated my rules, and but I did great, and I came out with profit. And privately, I'm like, hey man, that's your
Yeah,
coach.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
need to
yeah,
say. So he took it
yeah.
really well. So you know who you are, my friend. You know who you are.
Yeah, the
Um,
consistency stuff is tough, but once you
yeah,
get it is, because for a while I had what my rules were, because you made me come up with my own rules, dude. I would break my rules all the time, and I was making it. I would break them all the time. I think I followed it like once, and it was the day I
yeah,
made them. Like I was like,
yeah,
okay, get in the morning at do the gap thing, fill in the gaps. But no, I think a lot of people think they have an edge. They don't have an edge. Now
yeah,
I've seen you've shown me, yeah, like you
yeah.
you have an edge, Taylor. Like
But
a
I
lot of
but
people
I
don't have
love
an
I
edge.
love your focus on 2024 is about increasing confidence, because
Yeah,
when we set goals, especially as traders, we want to make sure we're setting goals that we can control.
yeah,
You can 100% control whether or not you're feeling confident when you trade.
mm,
And I know that's probably hard for some people to say who don't have confidence. They're like, oh, but
yeah,
what if the market does this, or my trading looks like this? Like, that doesn't matter. How we feel about our
it's everything.
trading, we can feel confident about our trading, and there's things that we can do to create evidence. So I love that you're focused on a goal that is like, when we put profit out there, I hate it when traders put profit goals up there, because when we put profit goals up there, we're kind of saying,
Yeah,
whatever the market decides to give me, I sure hope that it meets my goal. Right? You cannot control the market, and the market will not be controlled. So
and I
I
just
love
I just
that.
want to add this real quick, because this is something I think is super important. The reason why confidence in your trading is so important to me, because it sets up the rest of your life. Like, for example, if you're not confident in your trading and you're having a bad day, and and you're just winging it, right? You're just winging it. And you get your butt kicked by the market. Your attitude, if you don't know how to control your attitude will affect the rest of your day.
Yeah.
And I will never let, because I've been there before, I will never let my environment for money affect the way I treat my loved ones.
Yeah.
The way I feel, if you're having a bad day in the market, you might not want to go out and, hang out with your boys, or your friends. It doesn't matter. Like you could be like, nah, dude. And then you bring that energy with you. Even if you go out, you bring that negative energy or like that, whatever it is. And I didn't want that. And that's why I got out of sales when I was, when I was in sales, because that energy, that if you don't have something for me, then I don't have anything for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they teach you in sales. They're like, no, you got to make money on everything we do. We got to make money on the trading. We got to make money in the back end. We got to get them everywhere. And I was like, dude, why can't we just sell a good car?
And
we
then
make
you
money.
end up trying to control every person that comes in the door. Like you want to control their decision.
And you bring that home.
Right.
You bring that home with you. Yeah. You bring that around your friends. Your friends like, hey, dude, let's go. I mean, like I'm not a guy that's crazy about a tab. Like if it's, if we're going out and we getting wings or whatever, dude, when I was in sales, I'm splitting that thing to the penny. Now I'm like, dude, just give me $5, whatever. Like it's good. Like life's good, like who cares?
Yeah.
And I don't want to be that person that's, I'm not saying that like you shouldn't be aware of your money, but I'm saying you don't want to be that person that's bringing that weird energy around.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's one thing that's why being confident in trading and just being relaxed with it is so important, because the money, even if you make a lot of money, you don't want to be that guy walking around that's like not pleasant to be around. Yeah.
All right, let's blitz through these last questions.
Cool.
Let's make them short, sweet, and then we can be done. All right. Trading plan. What time frames do you execute on? Can you describe your edge in a few words or a couple sentences? Let's come back to that one. All right. Tell us more about the edge. Everybody, of course, you want to know about the edge.
Everyone wants to know the
Nobody
edge,
has an
dude.
edge. Like, yes, of course. Okay, Tim, what routines, disciplines do you maintain in real life that you think contribute to good trading performance?
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Okay,
but make it quick.
That's a good one. Okay. I guess it's just when you have something like that you shouldn't do. It's like buying, knowing not to trade again. Like if you're getting your butt kicked and you don't want to lose more than twice a day. When you lose twice a day, don't trade again. Take that into everything you do. So like, and then slow things down. Mm-hmm. Taylor, quick answer. Like you taught me that there's circumstances and there's things that we come up with in our own head. Yeah. Like we can create a situation. So in personal life, with my girlfriend, you met her, Kat, when something isn't right, when we disagree about something, I'm thinking, okay, she's seeing it from a completely different angle than I am. I didn't really always think that until literally, Taylor, you taught me that. Yeah. And it's changed our relationship in the last like 2 months, dude. So I exercise that every day. When something doesn't seem right to me, I'm like, okay, she saw this differently. She's not trying to hurt me. Nothing. She just sees it differently. And I exercise that every day, even with other people, even with people. Taylor, when someone's speeding behind me and they're like on my tail, I literally move over. I'm like, because that person could have someone, at their house. They could have someone, in the hospital. You don't know. Yeah. Yeah. And I never thought like that. I literally get out the way. I'm like, dude, if you got to run, dude, you got to run.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Every day.
I don't know what you're thinking or what your circumstance is right now. And I'm not going to project what I think is happening, hold you up and do stupid stuff. Yeah. I love that. No, I think like that's pretty powerful practice. Like, there's lots of stuff that we can do. So when I talk about trading performance, right, we've talked a lot about edge. And I think Seth brought this up in the chat, like without an edge or without process, like an edge is nothing. You're right. And without mindset, you're not going to be able to execute or follow your process, right? So all these things work together. Edge, process, and mindset all work together to produce performance. And, there's a lot of stuff that we can do in our process every day to make our trading better. That could be, meditation. It could be physical stuff. It could be practicing trading skills, right? There's so much that we can do. And I love that you already recognize, hey, one of the biggest pitfalls for traders is mindset. I've learned these mindset tools, so I'm going to put them to practice every day in my life because I know that's also going to help me in my trading, and it also helps me in my life. I think that's a beautiful way to kind of apply the things that you're learning broadly, and you get payback on that coming back into your trading too, which is really awesome.
Yep.
So that's really good.
Spot on. Yep.
Yeah. I know you guys want to know about his edge and what he does, but I don't think he knows enough about the edge rules to really talk about them.
I don't. That's the thing. I was actually hoping. I was like, Taylor, please don't make me explain it, because what it is, guys, it works. Like, here's the deal. Like, it works,
It
and
works. Trust us, it's magic.
it works. But here's the deal. Like, you haven't showed me everything. That's the thing.
No.
Yeah, because like right now it's a good period. I have back tested last month, and I saw like 7 trades in a row I would have lost on if I was using the current
Yeah.
technique. So it can, yes, and it was 7 days in a row. So it was actually 14 trades, because you have overnight guys.
Yeah.
You have you can trade in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, and you can trade at 9:30. And it was 14 trades in a row that you could have lost everything, and that can financially ruin somebody. So
Yeah.
you have ways that you haven't shown me yet, where
That
you
would filter a lot of that stuff
yeah,
out.
that'll filter that. Yeah. So I can't tell you guys. What I know is literally like basic crumb. I mean, it's a crumb. It is a crumb. It's one thing. But like Taylor, like, dude, you're smart, bro. Like, you've got some.
It's not me. Like
Yeah.
I like
Sure.
I'd love to take ownership over all this stuff that
Yeah.
I do, but it's not me. Like, I find
It's
stuff that
everything, man.
works, I make it my
Yeah.
own.
Yeah.
I work with other people. Christian in the chat, guys, trades very similarly too. He knows the rules. He also trades the system. Here's the thing. Like, this is what there are discretion. Let me just explain it this way, and then Tim will come on again. We'll do these live streams again. Maybe we'll go a little bit deeper into the rules as he learns the rules.
Yeah.
There are discretionary systems, and then there are mechanical systems. Okay. So if you think about this spectrum, your system, your rules are somewhere along this spectrum. And hopefully, they're more on the mechanical side, because the more discretionary we trade, the harder it is, because then you need really good process, really good mindset. And that's actually where a lot of people fall down, right? This system is very much on the mechanical side. And that's one reason I wanted Tim to learn this, was because, look, like, this is no brainer. Like, this is very clear signal. You don't have to make a lot of decisions. And when you get a mechanical system like this, you get numbers that are like, okay, but this system, the rules that I gave Tim, the rules are like, I think they would have a 35 to 40% win rate, but it would have an R value, per month of anywhere between 10 and 15 R per instrument, right? So if you know how to calculate, if you know what R means and R stands for, and then you can translate in the profit factor, right? So it's a system that works, but it's got a high losing rate. And so you get that with mechanical systems, and then you kind of tweak them and refine them and so forth. And so we're in that stage of like, okay, look, like, I gave you kind of the bare minimum. You've got a really low win percentage, but it's going to yield profit over time. And then we're going to increase that win percentage, right?
Yeah.
And we're going to do that with some certain things, right?
And guys, like, guys, like, even if I was trying to think, how could I explain it? And I really can't. I think he just taught me the bare minimum. He was like, okay, this, and this. And I don't even know the terms of the actual, at the moment, I can't think of the name of the terms, but of the whatever you call them, the indicators or signals, whatever it is. But I know what I'm looking at when I see it. And that's what I stayed up overnight practicing it. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Taylor, it's like, I can't thank you enough for the mental. Without the training before, a lot of people are thinking, just give me that process and it's goes. Give me that edge and I'm good. No, dude. Like, be straight up honest. If you don't have anything, if you don't have the mental behind it and everything, you're not going to trust it. or whatever. And the thing is, like, it doesn't win every time too. Like, that's the thing. Like, I've been winning right now, but I've been lucky. Like I said, I've seen where this can completely go the opposite way. It's not 100%. So
yeah,
I'm excited, man.
All right, we're going to end on this last question. I think it's good. OT Combi asked Tim, what made you choose Taylor's coaching next to Sage's coaching? I'm going to actually answer that for Tim because we're friends. Like, come on, people.
But can I say this?
Yeah.
I got to add something. So, guys, I met Taylor. Was it the day before the 4th of July?
I think so. Yeah.
It was the day before the 4th of July. Guys, I've been around a lot of people. I've been in sales for, I was a salesman. I was one of the top in the country when it came to Mercedes AMGs. And I can read people's spirit really well. I think that's a gift that my parents always said I have. Like, I can read people really well. Taylor is an honest guy. Taylor, that was the first thing. I tell you this all the time. I'm like, dude, I know. You genuinely care.
Say, stop it. You're making me blush.
I know so many guys that do this. Like, I know guys that create cryptos. Like, I know a lot of guys. These guys are like, bro, we're just gonna get the money, bro. That's all it's about, you know. When I met you, you're like genuinely, you're like, this is something that's like, I want to help people. You told me this before I was talking about getting into trading. You're like, I genuinely want to help people because they don't need to be losing like this. And when I saw that, I was like, dang, I think I might. I remember telling Kat, I was like, I think just because he's literally genuine and you were even talking about getting me into it.
Yeah.
I came to you. I was like, yo, dude, can I get a little bit of advice on how to get off here? And you're like, dude, you know, like you give you some, you know, it's a commitment. That's the thing you told me. So you set me up with the simulator and you were like, see if you like it. But guys, Taylor genuinely cares, and his delivery is my type of way of receiving. Like, you're not loud and everything. Like, you're genuinely just the way you deliver and everything is so genuine, dude. I know so many fake people, bro. So many fake people. And you're one of the realest I know that's genuinely a good spirit.
Well, I love that. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anytime, man.
For everybody else, you know, like, I do run a program called the Consistency Accelerator. You know, I think the best way to kind of describe the differences between what I do and what Sage does, and he's a great coach. You're going to get great stuff from Sage. Our programs are designed differently. My program is designed to be a holistic approach to trading. So edge, process, and mindset. So I tackle all three of those things to create consistency. You know, Revan focuses a lot on edge. He's got a great system that he trades that you can learn his system and learn how he trades, and he can coach you around that. So, you know, my approach is I'm tackling all three of these things in depth. You know, I've got course material, and then we do coaching a couple of times a week. And I just, you know, I have specific things for you to do too. Like, my program is an action-oriented program. So, like, you don't just watch a video and you're like, you're a master trader. You watch a video and then you got to do work. So if you don't want to work, don't come to my program.
Yeah, it's not for work. Yeah, you got to work. Yeah.
If you want to work.
You know what's going to work. That's the thing. Like, it's actual work. And if you do it, dude, I'm seeing it, dude. I'm seeing. I'm blown away. Yeah, I'm seeing it. Like, you put in the work, you're gonna get the result that Taylor's telling you. And you didn't pay me for this, bro.
I know. I paid you by beating you at Topgolf.
yeah, exactly. Guys, I didn't even know we were gonna talk about this. I literally don't know. I got on and Taylor's like, literally 2 minutes before going, he's like, we're just gonna chat. So none of this is scripted. None of this is. Yeah, we're literally chatting. I have no idea what we were gonna talk about today.
Yeah. I love it. All right, we're going to do this again. We're going to have Tim on again because it's going to be great to follow Tim on his journey. I'm going to invite other traders, both from my program. I'm going to try to get people from outside the program and do this live stream on a regular basis. So thanks everyone for being here. Thank you for being part of the community. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel. And, you know, just thank you. Thank you for hanging in there as traders and working your tails off to do something that's really, really hard. You're appreciated and you contribute to the community and you make everything better. So, all right, guys, go have a great rest of your week trading. Don't do anything crazy. Have fun.